Fernandez, Dr. Fernandez. I'm the head of the education office of the Embassy of Spain here at Houston, and I'm also the director of the Spanish Resource Centers at Rice University. Everybody that is working in our office know about education. How can you know about education? Who are the people that know more about education? Students and teachers. And students are too young to work in our office, so all my colleagues, including myself, that work for the Spanish Education Office are former teachers. So before I was working here, I was a teacher, and I was teaching physical education. Actually not English, not Spanish. I was working in a university. I was a basketball coach as well. I was a ski instructor in Finland. I did many things, and after that I did a PhD in linguistics, and I ended up working here at the Consulate of Spain here in Houston. That's a place where I have one of my offices. The other one is at Rice University. The main purpose of the office I'm working for is to promote the Spanish language and culture in the American educational system. That's why I'm here, and that's why we promote the programs we promote. That's it somehow under the umbrella of what we call soft power or soft diplomacy. And the idea of that is that we as countries, you, the US, the American people, we are Spanish, we need to get along. And the more we get along, the more we benefit. That's going to be good for us, for Spain, and that's going to be good for you, for American people. And it's great from a cultural perspective, because it's very interesting to know about other cultures. It's very interesting for you to know about us, about Spain, and it's very important for us, American students, to know about you, American students. So that's very important, because then the more we know each other, the easier it's going to be to get along and to avoid problems. So it's very important to have that common understanding. Program, what is called NADCAP, we send more than 5,000 students from American universities to work to Spain. The father of one student came to Sevilla a few years ago, and he thought, okay, this is going to be a great city, so I'm going to open my business here in Sevilla. And I don't know if you know about that supermarket called Costco. You know Costco? Yeah. Oh, you know Costco? Okay, he was the president of Costco. He went to Sevilla, and ever since we have Costco in Spain. And all started because we had those cultural exchanges. Okay, so in the end, what I mean is that it's good from that cultural perspective, but also it's going to be good for your pocket. So if you know other culture, you'll probably have better jobs. Texas is the biggest state with Spanish visiting teachers. We take every year more than 200 new teachers here to Texas. Texas is the biggest state in language assistance that go to Spain. More than 500 go to Spain every year. International Spanish academies, and all the programs are pretty the same. Sometimes we have a meeting with some people to discuss some educational affairs. I don't know if you know who he is. Do you have an idea? That's Secretario Cardona. That's the most important person in the US education. Okay, he's just under, do you know who is Biden? The president. Okay, he's the first one under Biden, so he's in charge of education all over the US. Okay, so we had a meeting because he came to see the Spanish teachers in Austin, and we were discussing some things about American education and what could Spanish teacher how could Spanish teacher improve the American education? That's one of our international Spanish academies. So all the students that belong to Wharton at the end of their education, they get a diploma from the Spanish embassy. And because they belong to our network, we organize things with them. For example, now Real Madrid, do you know what is Real Madrid? Yeah, soccer? Football, soccer, it's the best soccer club in the world, Real Madrid. They're going to open the first school in the US, and it's going to be here in Houston. It's happening this year. Yeah, okay, I've got some information of the students. We did an agreement with Wharton, and all of the students that wanted has free lessons with Real Madrid. They're going to take the first woman to the moon next year or the following one. They're going to take the people from different backgrounds to the moon as well. He came to one of our schools and he did one speech speaking about the process, and that was the day before the the spaceship came back to the Earth. So it was also collaborate with some context. Those, I don't know if you know, I don't know. Those are the bilingual teachers of the year here at Texas. Okay, and we were in charge of giving them the awards in a national ceremony that was here. Those are the directors, the principals from our international Spanish academies. And because we have that program that is called NALCAP, people from American universities go to Spain every year to help in Spanish schools. We organize some cultural activities. So a few months ago, we took this artist. He's probably the biggest flamenco artist in Spain. He was playing with some very famous artists in Spain, Paco de Lucia. You might know them, but he won some Grammys and Emmys, and he did a free concert at Rice University. If you want to teach Spanish, and if you are an American teacher, you have to know about our language, but you also have to know about our culture. And music, it's a very important part of our culture. Yes. This is the same engineer. We did a speech and we recorded that and we broadcast that all over Spain. And that was in Rice University because we wanted everybody in the US, all the Spanish teachers in the US to be able to hear what he said about the project and about NASA. It's nice to hear that in Spanish. So when he did that interview, it was in Spanish, but when he went to the school, he did the speech in English. He's the perfect example of a person that speaks two languages, so the importance of being able to speak, I mean two languages. I speak English, I could improve my English, I speak Spanish, and I started to speak French. I was head of the international studies at my school. It was a school in a very poor background, very poor. We made it bilingual first and then plurilingual, so all of the students now still study some subjects in Spanish, some subjects in French. We started to do international projects. We started to use European grants called Erasmus, and we became the first school in Spain in those projects. And I was working with a whole team, and I was very proud, but I wasn't responsible myself, but I was very proud that we all, as a team, accomplished that. So that's probably the thing I'm more from in my career. Yes, personal part of my job. So that's definitely what I like the most. So you have to learn Spanish, but honestly, any language you learn, it's going to be great. If you have the opportunity, go abroad at least 1 year, and that's going to change your life. And that's not something that happened overnight. Before going abroad, you need to know about other culture and other countries. That's why you are perfect first step to know about the whole world, to open that new door. So thank you very much, and congratulations to you all for being in such a wonderful place.